ballin', got it.
It's week 6 of the NFL. And up next is one of the best nicknames in football, Sauce Gardner.
Some of those in the silver-haired community would say it's a great day for golf, and it is, don't get me wrong, but we say it's a great day for football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm Stadium. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Houston Texans and the Arizona Cardinals. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, CD, you look at the Cardinals in this matchup. They're squaring off against a very tough unit to throw against.
And this is not one of the better passing offenses in the league to begin with, Brandon. And to illustrate that point, they're down near the bottom of the power ranking, so the focus is going to need to be on position.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
And it certainly had taken Herbert long to earn his status as one of the league's best and most entertaining passers. Locked and loaded at every snap. And the second he sees an opening, that ball is soaring downfield. You better be on your toes against him on defense. The second you turn your head, they'll burn you.
Let's go now, let's go. It's game time.
And right side, they're going to go option here. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
To put it mildly, that is not the way anyone wants to start off a game. You fumble on your first offensive snap. But now what you're worried about is, does that linger throughout the game for your guys on offense? And how's the defense going to handle it? Because no one expects to run out on the field on the first play and have to all of a sudden start to play themselves.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On play action, Allen. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Allen going to throw. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. If you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Jahan Dotson, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Texans take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was Jahan Dotson with a touchdown catch to finish things off. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
And here, Charles, is a look at the inactive, some of the guys that are out today due to injury.
Yeah, and this is where the preseason work comes into play for some of those backups. It's not just them getting some experience on the field, but preparing each week in practice as if they were going to play. And when you have guys like that on your team, you've got a chance for success when the injury bug hits.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Texans will take over. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0 lead was huge.
And oh, he coughed it up, and the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway, and they bring this one back. A scoop and score, a fumble recovery, touchdown for Arizona. Point after try forthcoming. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So not only the cough up, but then the pick up. The fumble return for a touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away from the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you got a talented back, give it back to him.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
So, Charles, you look at this offense. What a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a first down.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
The Texans with a perfect 5-0 here to begin the campaign. They've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 30. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
So at that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now Allen. Throwing right, and that's complete.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
Rolling to his left.
Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
He'll try again, but he will lose yardage here as they knock him back to the 3.
The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
This has not been a fun sequence for him at all. 1st and goal, no gain. 2nd and goal, he ends up losing yardage. He may be trying to talk him into getting the ball 3rd time, but it's going to be difficult for him to win that battle.
Allen now on 3rd and goal. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season.
And the Texans have taken the lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So 25.
We're good. That's it.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And he is going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now Carr. He's got a man here. It's Montgomery. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Montgomery, 59 yards. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from drawing level. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the final act was the David Montgomery touchdown reception. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st.
Play action. Now it's Allen. And that will be incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Steps away.
That's going to be caught by Pitts.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. 1st down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Cards will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. A nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. To the sideline, wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. To throw again on 2nd down. Carr. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary. All of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. Then he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Carr. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Cortland Sutton from 21 yards away. And the Cardinals have broken the tie. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed. Point after here coming up. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So that drives 7 plays in length. And Cortland Sutton able to finish things off with the touchdown reception. Fielded right around the 8. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm about to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I've not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his...
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. That's sacked by Khalil Mack. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. From the gun, they'll try to run it. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
Here we go on 4th down. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. To throw, it's Allen. Coming across the field, he finds Dotson. Touchdown! Jahan Dotson with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Texans are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. The extra point splits the uprights, and we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was Jahan Dotson with a touchdown catch to finish things off. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Taken at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Arizona's offense back out and ready to go. And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
I don't know what this says about me, but I love it. Up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty. Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch it, turn upfield, and pick up the first down.
From the 38, Carr. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
So after the INT, it's Allen. Now, a quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it third manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To the air, Allen. That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Connor. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Allen off the play fake. is caught. Touchdown, Texans.
Jahan Dotson
On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns, as his guys have now moved out in front. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down. We're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. Extra point right down the middle, and they will take a 7-point lead. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line.
Now a hit and a loose football. And the Texans scoop it. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Hands it off out of the gun.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Give the sack to Jerome Baker.
Now, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, the next-gen stat's going to illustrate just how quickly a quarterback has to process everything, as he was on the ground in under 3 seconds, 2.9 to be precise. See David Montgomery heading back out to begin the drive.
And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you're head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
36 yards on the play.
Well, we saw David Montgomery lead the nation a few years back in broken tackles when he was at Iowa State. And he's proven to be difficult to bring down in the NFL as well.
Throwing on first down is Carr.
A throw left side, caught by the tight end Freiermuth. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8.
Here's Carr. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. There he goes, right side. The 30. 10. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Cardinal offense takes back over.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with second and a couple. How about this? They'll try the option, left side. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards that time, and a first down on the keeper. Going up the gut, Montgomery.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 68 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Carr now on first down. Throw left side complete. That's Sutton.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
He does not go down easily, you're right, but he did there.
On second and goal, here's the option.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a third down. To throw, it's Carr. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Cortland Sutton with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Cards get a bit closer. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told.
And Cortland Sutton able to finish things off with the touchdown reception.
The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. So here are the Texans to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so, they're going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down. Allen now looks to throw.
He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts.
And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to make it fourth down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a fourth down.
So they're going for it, and here's Allen.
Able to connect with Dotson. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Allen hit. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't third down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
Out to his left.
Crossing route incomplete. He's got Pitts.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Of note, that last throw right there, putting him over 3,000 yards passing now for the year.
And when you start running the numbers in your head and realize that we're not halfway done with the season yet, you think to yourself, could this be a 6,000-yard season? That's definitely on the table.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
They'll try again.
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there.
With his 17th rushing touchdown on the year.
And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
Taken at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. See David Montgomery heading back out to begin the drive.
Now he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close, so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much. Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first.
Now, that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
And I think that's going to go down as no gain, but that doesn't seem fair for the effort that was presented on that play. That should go down as a loss. I know, I'm a defensive guy, but you got to like the play that was made.
He made a lot of those plays last week. He was AFC Defensive Player of the Week, picking up where he left off. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
How about this? They'll try the option. Left side.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
11 yards there, just like last play. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 45-yard line. Shotgun now for Carr. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Carr to throw on 3rd and 1. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 22-yard line. 14 yards through the air. Caught the D off guard on 3rd and 1.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Isaiah Simmons picking it off.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fields it right around the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. See David Montgomery heading back out to begin the drive. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27.
From the gun, it's Carr.
Montgomery, another target and catch.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. From the gun now on third down, Carr. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down.
Out now is the punter, Jordan Stout.
Fielded just inside the 20. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
Kyle Pitts returns to the field along with the rest of this offense for the upcoming series.
He's well on his way to a 1,000-yard season, maybe on pace to just tear past that, Charles. Defensively, they need to pay a little bit more attention to him.
Yeah, I think so, because remember, throwing the football, that can shred a defense quicker than anything else, because as soon as the catch is made, he still has the ability to, yards after catch, get downfield, gain even more, score touchdowns, all of that. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch as this progresses, to see how they defend him and how he changes up his game in order to try and keep getting open.
Half 85.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Allen. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Get something together.
A final shot before half for Allen. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. So we've reached halftime in a wild first.
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter.
And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter.
This one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
And meanwhile, Allen's throw into the hands of Pitts here.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
81 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back, not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time, multiple guys get to it.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run with him.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Matt Judon getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Allen. Under pressure, they got him again. Matt Judon drops him again for the 2nd straight play, and it brings up 4th down.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will extend their lead even further.
Wow, I mean, it's so rare to even see one attempted from that distance, CD, let alone converted. But he came through with confidence and matches what was Tom Dempsey's 43-year NFL record at one point of 63 yards.
Yeah, I can still see that highlight of Dempsey making that kick, and nowadays we see it a little bit differently because, remember, Dempsey was a straight-on kicker. But these guys nowadays, the range keeps increasing, and they keep putting it through the posts.
The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
Partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
A gain of 10, first down, Arizona. A lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the third quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
Looking to throw again on second down. Carr. Caught by Jones.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Going across the formation, he finds Freiermuth.
Touchdown, Cardinals!
Pat Freiermuth.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Cardinals are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now down to 20. The drive summary that time, 5 plays, and it winds up with a touchdown for Arizona.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. But Houston's offense taking over again. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
104 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 14. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another 1st.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Over the middle, brought in by Dotson.
Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation...
And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point right down the middle. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as he'll get him down shy of the 20. You see David Montgomery heading back out to begin the drive.
He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. On play action, it's Carr.
Crossing route, and he hits his man. It's Jones.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. And right side, they're going to go option here. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a third down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2.
They'll get that complete to Parkinson.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and they will remain well behind.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's had a touchdown for every quarter so far. 3 here in the 3rd, and probably hoping he's not done yet.
And this is a situation where it's okay to be greedy. When you've already scored 3 times, you want 4, you want more than that. And guess what? That only helps your team.
Yeah, so far 3, now in search of 4.
128 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
On play action, Allen. They'll roll him out right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, up big, but still not hesitating to take some shots downfield, CD. I guess they really want to hammer home their dominance in this one.
Yeah, that much is apparent, partner. If they keep completing throws like that, they'll keep that gap.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
And the Cardinals are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 39-yard line. Carr now to throw. Man open, here is Jones. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Carr.
That'll be caught right side. Chenault with it.
And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds.
Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2. Off the option, here's Montgomery.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Montgomery will take this one in. It's a Cardinal touchdown.
We know that the big guys won't get the credit, Brandon, but we also know that that touchdown belongs to them. Excellent job of clearing the way for their running back.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now down to 20. 5 plays there on that drive.
And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. Fielded right around the 8.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Certainly no reason to panic. They got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think that might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he tried it out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let them go out there with a little bit more confidence.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen, the Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Matt Judon in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And this is going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. On the move to his left.
Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
27 yards, a big play there on 4th.
Offensively, another big chunk of yardage, Charles, but defensively, they had all this talk about trying to limit explosive plays. They have not been able to do that.
They discussed it all week, but they haven't been able to execute it at all.
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Khalil Mack able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
A 9-yard gain of the play. And it's 3rd down.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Now Allen.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And Brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. The clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Texans add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. That time, a 9-play drive, and the result, a Houston touchdown. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now a pass caught by Zay Jones.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
27 yards there, a first down. Carr. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though? And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Montgomery punching it in from a yard away.
And the Cardinals get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead down to 20. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays.
And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
2 yards on the pickup there, and it's second down. Throwing now is Allen. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Matt Judon in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
There's a reason inside linebackers are often captains of a defense. They call the signals. They have the opportunity to affect the game in coverage, against the run, and, of course, on blitzes. Living in the best of both worlds here. Already has an interception. Now he gets to record a sack, too.
That's going to be caught by Pitts. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. Carr now on 1st down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down.
This one swung out to Montgomery.
And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the 1st on the 35-yard strike. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Now Carr, gotta have this one.
Out route, he finds his man. It's Jones.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
To throw again on 2nd down. Carr. A slant to Jones. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
And this is where, as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Isaiah Simmons picking it off.
And he's into the clear. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
Well, this defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick 6.
And how about the way they've played this entire game? Not only have they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick 6s, oh yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
Now Carr to try again after the pick 6.
He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Carr. Here's Freiermuth again. Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Carr caught by Jones.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
That's going to be caught. It's Chenault.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Again, they'll throw with Carr. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And the nimble footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. 7 yards there on the 1st down screen play.
2nd and 3 from the 9.
They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. They'll run with Montgomery. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's only gotten in 3 times. You can't give up a 4th one. And on that play, they were able to make the stop.
And you knew they were going to go to him to try to get that 4th.
And why wouldn't they? It's not just getting the 4th. He's the hot hand, so to speak, right? The hot feet in this situation. And he knows how to find the end zone that time.
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Personal foul, roughing the tackle, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Point after, right down the middle, and the lead down to 20. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Allen. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Justin Coleman.
And the Cards are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Brandon, these quarterbacks had their hands full all afternoon long, but they finally get a measure of revenge as he gets himself in a nice spot. He's able to get 2 hands on the football and pick it off.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Over the middle, he's got Chenault.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Throwing again on 2nd down. Carr.
That's complete to his tight end flyer move.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 14. Into the red zone. It's Carr. This is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 12 more yards there and another first down.
I can put my defensive cap on right now. I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react to
and they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Zay Jones.
A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Cardinals have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that cuts this lead down to 13. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
And Allen is actually going to throw it here. Looking for Johnson, and he's got him.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Allen now on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. Throwing on 2nd and long. Allen.
Over the middle, brought in by Dotson.
Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Here's Allen. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. They'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Touchdown, Texans! From a yard out.
And the Texans have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Carr.
That's down the field and caught by Freiermuth.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
And as this defense walks off the field.
Yeah.